Hi guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and welcome back to the Krieg. And we are here to fight and kill as many of these NCR bastards as possible. In the previous episode, stuff happened, and we are here to try and continue said war against them. What we're going to try and do now is we're going to try and minimize the amount of supplies that are being used here. So, we're going to be testing out a new theory because basically, I have recorded this episode before, and we encountered that horrible potential glitch, resulting in me having to restart this thing, which is not fun. But, luckily for us, I can kind of remember what I did. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and bring up all of these dudes who are coming in to reinforce, along with a bunch of dudes here as well. And we're going to try, if we can hold the front lines here, to try and ensure a sort of encirclement along this particular vein. What we're going to try and do, though, is these guys are going to kind of stand here, and we're going to try and reorganize some of the stronger dudes to watch through. Thank you. And we're going to try and get a major breakthrough to happen. Depending on how things go, I might release the other episode that I've recorded already, and then that way we get to enjoy the blindness of the playthrough. So there we go. Right, cool. Right, Zerg to there. And then Zerg to there. Bingo. Yeah, we're in the mood for some blood today, because the amount of fighting we've been having and the amount of killing we've been making, yeah, I'm wanting blood. I want blood. I want revenge. I want my robots to be avenged. We've lost too many troops. Right, Zerg through. Come on. Breach. You, move there. Hold the position. You, move to help there. Yo, where's the purple dude? Right, you, push them. You, push them. You, push them. You guys can definitely push them. You, push them. You, push them. Go. There's no intention of trying to secure the whole point. But if we can survive, we can encircle this area, we can kill a whole bunch of these dudes. Including of which is a unit. There we go. Encirclement complete. You, go that way. You, go that way. Go. Overwhelmed. Fucking czar. Right, you lads, push into that way. You push that way. Hold position here. Right, good fucking job. That is beautiful. Right. We're getting back up as well, and hopefully the supply situation isn't going to be too... Expeditionary force? Yes, please. 5 divisions! That is really handy. Enjoy all the things the script has to offer. I'm hoping this is one of your good days. Right. Make the way towards the front lines if you can. Welcome to the Vegas Strip. You lads, push that way. Yeah, try and counterattack. Alright, you boys. Internal thrust, go. The main aim is to try and break through. We've now gained a major foothold in the area. And this is going to be very, very good. Right, we've opened up that. We've made the H tools, and we need to go down this way, don't we? But we need the extra thing. Okay, I'm going to do this and do this slightly earlier than the previous episode. Okay, hold position for now. You guys apply the pressure on for that one. You lads, keep punching through. Zerg. Try and push to the underside. If we can catch them unawares, the NCR is very, very close to being broken. So, if we can break through and win, we can potentially secure and win the war. We're just trying to keep the the underside of their... We're hitting the underbelly of their defenses, and this is very, very good. Keep pushing. Do not stop until you hit Junktown. Come on. You guys, push up that way. Logistics company. That's very, very good. Right. Another logistics will do. Also, to make life a lot easier, because we can afford it, logistics. It's going to cost us more manpower in the initial short run, and our support equipment will go down. We also could do with increasing our... Oh no, we got limited conscription. No. Yeah, we've got limited conscription now, so that's fine. We're on war economy and all that jazz. That's good. Come on. Oh, shit. You guys got... Punch a hole through. Punch a hole through. And... Junktown is ours. Wars 1. Boom. There you go. Has capitulated, giving to 50% of their stockpiled equipment. And that's a Brotherhood of Steel soldier. You lads, punch a hole through. You boys, punch a hole through down towards there. And one of you dudes, actually one of you dudes go right. There you go. So that is the first, wow, that's the first power armor division as well. Or company. So their veterans are going to get completely annihilated in like 5 seconds. Gone. Right, let's save this day. Crash. No crash. Okay, that's good. I'm just testing a theory in the recording of this episode, which depending on the success of this episode in terms of saving, it could explain why certain things are not working or why certain things are working. And basically, there we go. Last remnants of the NCR gone. Right, all all Securitrons. Oh wait, shit, yeah. Actually, yeah. Consolidate into one, and the same goes for you. Now, I haven't consolidated these guys into the new, well, into the versions that I will eventually make in the future. But for the time being, we've suffered quite a bit of damage to us. Camouflage expert, well, that's something we can deal with later. But yeah, basically we're going to end up consolidating a lot into our own sort of groups, and we're just going to be doing whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Right, you can head over towards there. We've got motorized infantry and whatnot, which is very good. Yeah, there we go. Expeditionary Force of the Great Khans. Jesus Christ, how many fucking Great Khans and other dudes are we expecting now? Right, well, we'll make a new army for the time being for all the new dudes, and then we'll try and manage that somehow. Right. In Valde Güterwalde. Favorite song. Right, so have we consolidated all of the important dudes? Yes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to transfer all of the robotic dudes to be under the command of this dude, and you are going to make your way over to there. You will join up with this army, and you will defend against whatever kind of potential counterattacks may be made here. You are completely comprised of expeditionary forces, but that's fine. I'm not that minding of that. What we'll also do is we'll increase the supply of that. And once the logistics supply issue goes down even further, we should be able to enjoy a decent advantage on that. 100 and on that. What's this? Small arms and devotions. Yeah, we need that and then that. But primarily that. Just so we can get that. Right, so this unit, what we're going to do is we're going to basically reform them up into a new division, which, by the way, will make the divisional duplicate already. Okay, so... hang on, let me just pause this for the moment. So, what we did in the previous time I attempted to record this is we're basically going to utilize a new division which will have a bit more of an advantage to them, which is the important thing. So this new division is going to just be, you know, Securiton, Army, or Division, Mark II. But the difference is, not only will they have the benefits of a medical chem company, but they will also have an increased width to about 20. So a 20 stack, which is going to mean obviously more manpower and a lot more robots, which we can't really afford either. We'll also make this the elite unit. We'll also change the icons for the unit to this. So this particular unit is going to be very expensive, and it's going to be very difficult to maintain. But once we've transferred all of these dudes into that particular division, well, we can then consolidate even further with all the supplies and stuff that they don't have. So that way, logically speaking, we can then make a new army of consolidated units and thus be able to make a much more efficient economy when it comes to it. Which, in this episode and in future episodes, I'm going to attempt to try and do down by grabbing all of the production expansion and all of the things that makes it cheaper as possible to make a new, like, robotic army that's much more efficient to create, as well as much more efficient to maintain. Because at the moment, this particular campaign, I'm focusing on logistics. Logistics, and I want to make this as efficient as possible and work as well as possible, which is going to be lovely. We don't have any navy, do we? No, except convoys, of course. At some point, I need to make a thing, but right now I'm going to focus on my economy. I also need to focus on my other economy, which is, of course, the industry, because that needs to be done in less than a few days. So that is all good. Speaking of which, right, we're going to then transfer into that. So we need shitloads of support equipment and other stuff like that. We've got a load of support equipment. What the fuck? Oh, the Troll Warren thing had won. Okay. Oh yeah, because I had player-led conferences. Yeah, done. Troll Warren's in Washington Brotherhood. GG. Right, okay, so I will hit the OK option, which will bugger this particular unit, and it will all be, like, units will be all down to under strength, and they're all, you know, shit, and they're all whatever, which is going to be bad. But then what we'll do again, consolidate them all into one, and that will provide a shitload more equipment. Which, yes, now, of course, they're all fully up to strength, and there's a lot less of them, but they are now much more powerful. So it's a bit of a kerfuffle, what I've done, and arguably it's not done me any favours. But by doing this, we've been able to maximise our efficiency at least for a small bit, and we've been able to return manpower to the necessary pool without wasting too much time on this, because at the moment the war needs to be won, shit needs to be done, and better still, the supplies are getting better here. And what I can do also in this particular depot, once I get the cargo zeppelins going, is I can then start supplying these dudes. And better still, once this is done, these guys are going to benefit from it. So, supply-wise, this particular division is going to be more, you know, it's going to use a little bit more supply, which is bad. But then, once this is done, we can get this. And then what I can do with that is help go down the research tree, because the flesh is weak option is going to give me this option. Let's say, right, I can go to you, and we'll grab that, and then that way we can upgrade for stuff. Because then what we can do for that is we can get this option, which will make my dudes a lot harder to fight and a lot tougher to punch through. And then we can get this, which basically improves our thing. But then we're going to go down to Wasteland Autonomy, which once again helps me with my ideal goal of efficiency, because we'll get all the benefits of this, which will give us all the benefits of that, you know, of autonomy, of organization, and other stuff. then we can also go down the tech tree to improve all the efficiency of making the Securitron robots, which I believe the Mr. Gutsy and the Mr. Handles, or Handies, are actually going to be upgradable in that regard. And I'm very happy with that. So, once we've done this, we're going to go down this line, try and organize this as best as we can. So for the foreseeable future, we're going to end up having to just spend a fair amount of time waiting. It sucks, don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly over the moon with this, but previous attempts to try and bulk up this area, or win the war in this area, isn't working. And as you can see, my allies are doing everything within their grand power, and also kind of explains how they get to do naval invasions. Because all the way down there, they go down here, they make their way up as they're going, as literally they're going through as well, sail all the way around there, and then land there. So you can see the issues with having these rivers. And it would seem that... Oh, hello, what's this? Oh, nice, they landed on New Victoria. And they're doing alright, holy shit. That's actually pretty fucking good, not gonna lie. That's actually pretty awesome. Anyway, oh yes, once again, let's test to see if the game crashes. Okay, so far so good. Alright, once these guys become elited, we can begin... So hopefully once this particular upgrade is going to become necessary. And again, the main aim of this is to try and be as, you know, efficient and enjoyable as possible. Just wish shit would research faster. A lot of the stuff's going to research in the next 5 days. But at least your logistics will become a lot easier to handle. And it doesn't seem to be... Yeah, it looks like these particular dudes in general are actually holding out pretty well, considering. I did bulk out their bunker producing... Oh... I did... bulk out their bunkers as well, just to kind of add some extra oomph. Right, I'll need to jump that in a second, but that's going to be more important. Once we get the cargo zeppelin, then I'll do the other stuff. But no, so basically they have got like level 2, hang on, let me just check the level thing. So they've got level 4 outposts with level 2 bunkers. So they're not going to get budged from that location. Oh, brilliant. Frisco! My main Frisco man!
I bet you're onto something.
Yes, I am. It's amazing. Right, if you'd like to make your way towards the front lines, that would be brilliant. Question. Securitron Division Mark II. Oh, Jose. Right. Boom. Cargo Zeppelin. Oh, hang on. That. Cargo Zeppelin. Yes. Right, okay. So, with you now being done, I can't do any... I could do mortar battery Zeppelins, but it's pointless. We could do with upgrading the Doctrine, though. That is very, very good as well. Extra agility and air supremacy is going to make life so much fucking easier. But, more importantly, we need this. Oh no, didn't I say I was going to do something for... that is very important. That is very important. There's too many important things. Oh, nope, that. Right there is very important. And then we'll make the current flesh is weak thing into something else that's fairly, like, important. Like this! Blueprints! Very important. Blueprints! Right. Industry. Upgrade. We can make things a lot simpler to make. So our biggest problem at the moment is we're not making enough Securitrons. We're not able to produce the Securitrons in a fast enough manner, and considering the current circumstances regarding our fighting ability, it's difficult to, we're making progression, but unfortunately we're unoptimized in divisional terms, though we are pissing ourselves through loads of people, which is nice. Let's disable the family security at the moment, because we only need the other stuff. And there's nothing really I can do in the decisions tab, because either it's going to be for stuff I don't really need, and it's going to cause more problems and mobilization speed, which is kind of like I've already got that stuff. Speaking of which, I'm gonna do. I have to wait for the bombers to be made, aren't they? Yep. We could do some bombers missions, but we don't have the no, but do we have the bombers researched? Question. Did they give us bombers? They did give us bombers. But we don't have any reason to make the bombers. Just saying. Right. PMGs are all good, but we need to research the HMGs very soon. And we're still waiting on War Labs. Question, how are you guys doing? Yeah, that's good. You're all Gucci, ready to go. Yeah, we can't quite get to that point of launching an assault there. See if there's doing anything in the south. Why did I hear a bat? It's very strange, but okay. I like this theme. I don't know why. Well, this isn't this to symbolize when you were getting close to the Masters? Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played Fallout 1. But wasn't this to represent like you being near the Church of the Apocalypse or something silly like that? Ooh, 000. Okay. Connect and concrete. You know, that's a good idea, and I think it would be a good idea to go for it. But I'd argue that at this current moment in time, doing herbal bandages is good, because the next thing I get is sterile medical equipment, which provides us with an extra minus supply use, which is very good. And then eventually we will go for the common ballistic weaponry. I think we have to probably make it at some point. Okay, so now we're going to jump over to Robco Reborn. We need the ability to spend this shit. I can't spend it on Air Force. There's no Air Force. We'll do it on ship design though. Limited conscription, extensive conscription. No, that's fine. We don't need the extensive conscription at the moment. Right, 6474. Oh, okay. Let's make another save. Yes or no? We'll do it on this one. Right, okay, we're answering some questions. Questions that I didn't realise was surprisingly in need of answering, but okay. But I don't care. At this moment, if it continues to be this good, we may be onto a good track here. Anyway, so let's get you fixed up so we have stuff which we can fix. I know we got suppression and anyway, in English that means we've got a lot of resistance to our occupation. So obviously this is more of a temporary fix, but having this option is at least pleasant to know. Once we get this as well, we're going to go down the Securitrons. Woo! Probably not a bad idea. I mean, grabbing these two probably will be good as well. And actually, I might go down this way, just quickly, just to grab this, and then I can do this. Just so we have the freedom to maneuver. And also getting this will make life so much easier. And then eventually it's just that. And that's not got long to go. So, we're doing okay so far. Touch wood. And you're just holding position. Again, there's not a lot I can really do. Unfortunately, I don't really want to make a reorganization right in front of us, because obviously that's not going to work. But medium robots are finally getting into a position where our production levels is getting to a strong enough point. We just have to be careful how we rebuild on ourselves. Right, let's try and ensure... Bingo. Right, let's try and get something to help with our supply issue. No, dear. Okay. Right, well you're still kind of not looking good. You're okay for the moment. I don't think we need anything special. You are now required to do something. Our building stuff is going to be useful, don't get me wrong, but I think at the moment we need more other stuff. We're almost stockpiling them, which is lovely, but we just need to make some of our Robco replenishment going up, because that is going to be very important. Cygnus. We've got a lot of fighting ahead of us still, but hey, that's part of the fun. We'll need to spend some time though figuring out how the best to launch our next assault. I'm not gonna lie, these robots have made life a lot easier. How are we doing on supplies? Alright, we're still at 10, which is fine, but that's only because we're upgrading this, isn't it? Yeah, look at all that fucking supply. And like, we've already built the maximum amount. Oh no, we haven't. Where's Landers? Yeah, we're upgrading that. What is that? Eagle Mountain. Yeah, we're also upgrading Eagle Mountain. And Long 15. Everything else is fine. Just making life a little easier. Right, we won't be staying around here for too much longer. I mean, once I get the Robco reborn, yeah, get some fresh.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, we need common ballistic weaponry. Yeah, we're gonna need to upgrade our new guns at some point. 2 engineers. God, you're surrounded and you're taking too much attrition. Really, we should probably have a go at the Dam Busters at some point. I mean, they've got an army, but they've also got resources. Lots and lots of resources. But hey-ho. We're doing pretty okay for the moment. We just have to somehow make the transition and push through. I like how they're still struggling to push through on here. Though, admittedly, these guys have also got the foragers on their front line as well. If I'm not mistaken, we're also at war with the Crazy Horns. No. They're not, but they're apparently a puppet of New Canaan, which is rather interesting. Wow, there's so many people who are puppets of New Canaan. Holy shit. That's rather odd, isn't it? A little bit. But hey, if we piss them off, what's their faction like? Oh, the Mojave Pact, the Phantasma Cartel, and holy shit! Oh, they've done it! They've landed, and they're fighting! Right, not going to be too much longer before we can... Oh yeah, stop. Saved again. Right, okay. This is looking positive as well. Question, how are we doing? 79. Right, I think we can begin the concept of moving up soon. Let's go. Right, once sharecropper farms have been implemented, I'm going to go straight back over to land doctrine and grab refined construction. You can envelop. Our supplies at least will be alright for the time being. Bingo. Alright, let's start the counter-offensive and let's start getting our forces ready to go to combat. How are we doing on supplies? Little bit of a problem. Right. Okay, so we've got, let me guess, loads of defenses options. Can we push? We can. But there's no way we're defending against that. Really? But literally a day's worth of combat and he goes down. What a shitter. Combined arms, yeah. extra art chances for that. It's awesome that they're breaking through on that, though it doesn't look like the breachhead's going to last much longer. Ah, no. Right. Cancel that for the initial. You, back up to the north. Actually, no, you don't need to be there. You just need to be there. That's fine. It works. Right. First batch, we'll make that, and then we'll try and go down this way again. Right. Physical Blueprints is doing an absolutely fantastic job. They're almost done. You're almost done. You're still researching that. You're still a bit ahead on that. I think it's time we went with... You know, we'll increase our medical chem stuff, because that's only like 70 days. 70 days is much better, and it makes it a lot cheaper. We just need to find a way of making this possible. But then grabbing that as well is going to make life a little easier. Doesn't look like they're going to win that one, unfortunately. Yeah, no. They're going to lose. Their beachhead's fucked. That's a shame. 800 and something. We still need the 800 and something. I mean, we're building up the long 15 and whatever, so it's like it's still getting there slowly. Right, herbal bandages, that'll do nicely. And then sterile medical equipment is a bit off for us at the moment. That's fine. That's almost there. Robotics is fine. You're still researching there. HMGs, that'll be the next thing we need to start building up. And once again, we're going to need to do a lot of. But then hopefully, once we get the HMG option, we'll be able to do some more stuff. I'm just looking forward to when the war's over, because then we can really begin to make some economic gains. But the issue is, once we've broken through the boneyard, I mean, the problem is there'll be two fronts we'll have to fight on initially, which is rather depressing. We'll have to fight on a southern front to try and push not only through to, let me guess, you're part of the Phantasma Cartel, aren't you? Yes, you are. The issue is we'll have to fight not only to the south, but also to the north. So, really, we're in the shitter. And because my allies have decided to focus all on knocking out the Sorrows, who have made themselves in the most perfectly defensible location ever, it's just going to make life a lot harder for us. I mean, obviously, not as hard as fighting through here, but, you know, you can still see the issue. And they're still fighting over there. That battle's been going on for so long. Neither side can win. Though, that said, these guys are slowly but surely beating these guys back. So, logistically speaking, they might eventually win the big fight one. And unfortunately, it does look like the last of the occupation... Ooh, they're going to suffer a big fucking blow to casualties. Oh, that's not good. AI is going to get ripped on that one. First batch, and... Zay? Fantastic. Right, okay. So, handy serviceman makes our robots cheaper. Also, upgrade to security modes version Mark II. Takes a bit of difficulty getting into, but that's fine. They've suffered half their manpower shortage, but that's okay. Ugh. It's fine. We're making more. Oh, also, stop. Now, does it crash if we go to here? No, it does not. Okay, this is really good news. This is really, really relieving. It sounds stupid, but here we are. Only halfway through the episode as well. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay, this is relieving news, because obviously this kind of tells me something about other stuff, but again, depending on how things go. So, yeah, this is looking fairly good. Unfortunately, the invasion in the south was not successful, which is a bit of a shame. But the good news is that we are beginning to coming up with handy other servicemen. it's just unfortunately this particular phase of the campaign is going to be a bit of a stalemate. We can't push, they can't push. Our AI assets are fighting them in all aspects of the globe as well, which is good. But unfortunately, all we can do is just sit here. It fucking sucks. I'm not going to pull any punches on that one. Yeah, we probably will still need that defensive line in case these guys decide they want to have a go. Though that said, they should be, in theory, our allies, and they are still effectively weak, so arguably I could do some decent damage to them if I wanted to. Oh, we can get the Securitrons. But yeah. How strong is the Brotherhood now? I mean, they're on total mobilization, which is actually killing their Brotherhood's things. But they have got Wastelander conscripts, but that's been down to 9 because of their options there. So they're going completely over the top. Side channel attack, that's good. Right. Handy serviceman. How are we doing on the whole research and tech tree thing? Once that goes back up into it, I'm sure we can get that soon. I want to get this before I get the option down south. Because there's an option here for just like the simulations, which gives me 275% bonus researches for the land doctrines. And having that is going to make life so much easier. Because if I'm already researching... Hang on. If I'm already researching this thing, when I get that, I can get this and this effectively for cheaps. And it's this that I'm most interested in, because obviously once it makes it more streamlined, it kind of fits into the whole we're upgrading our bills sort of thing. And with this being also quite handy going down this line before we even get to here, then I can go back to improving the upgrades and other stuff like that, which just makes the whole experience so much better. God, I could have gotten another research slot. That would have been overpoweringly amazing, but that's okay. I'm sad, but that's okay. Yeah, just like the devil. Simulations. And then once we can eventually start pushing out west, which is fairly good. It's boring, unfortunately, and I'm sorry for this particular lull in the fighting, but don't worry. Once we start cracking through, we're going to have a few episodes worth of fighting, I can assure you. We're going to have a whole bunch of... I mean, we have to push south towards the Veil Bandits and the Paz Bandits before we can knock out the faction... before we can knock out, if we go to the Miners, we'll get rid of that. We need to knock out the Paz Bandits to knock out the Phantasma Cartel. So, the Phantasma Cartel has got a big fucking security shield, meat shield in the way. So, I don't see us getting out of that particular problem anytime soon. I don't want to do this right now. But I think I have to. In order for our dudes to have a reasonable chance, I think I have to. It sucks, but there we go. And then once we go into that, we may be able to get this. Yeah, we'll get this as well. Which is going to give us an extra attack, so I suppose I shouldn't complain, but still, I will. Once again, we're going to save. In fact, you know what? We use an old ring-a-ding-bang now. Right, okay, every time I save I get a bigger and bigger grin, because it hopefully means we can go back to East Coast glory. Right, okay. This is good, this is good. Long 15, heavy machine gun. Yep, now we got the HMG, we can now finally get back into it. Logistics is going to fucking suck, but that's okay by me. 106 days, 106 days. I'm going to kind of go crazy on this one, but I kind of want to... Right, what's our economy looking like? That's fine. That's been around for a bit, but that's kind of more important. Because then that's like another 2 years ahead. Right, that's like half a year though. How are we doing on this? 187 days. Researching that, that's still 300 and something days. Logistics is all fine. Technically these are tanks, so technically speaking they'll wait. Organization... That's not too I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. I am, however, fussed about maybe improving my organisation. So maybe if I go to... no other things I can research. I could do this though. 131. That's 131. That gives me better shit. There's just so much choice. And you kind of got to think, which is the best option for what we need right now? Because being able to fight and be more organized is far more important. And reinforcement rate is useful along with all of this shit. But being able to produce shit faster and build shit faster helps with our logistics and supplies. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. We need to build faster. And engine adjustments at least. We get extra speed on that, which is nice. And handy serviceman. Boom. Boom. There we go. What was the second one? Right, so if we can get this next one, that'll give us another bit of whatever. This one I'm not so fussed on, but if we can get these two, then we can go down here even more so. We can add 2 more production buildings and, because 2 armed workshops, and we get to do these 2 as well. So we basically get to combine 5%, no, 7.5% here, another, yeah. We pretty much have 15%, 17.5% increase in our medium, in theory. I don't know if it only applies to these certain things, but I'm assuming because it's under the guise of, finger quote, medium robot equipment, we're due to receive some kind of immense bonus for that, which is, honest to God, fucking lovely. Right, so you're done on that one, so now I'm going to do it on... What was the other one I was so desperate to get that I was like umming and ahhing over? You know what, yeah, we'll go flare guns. Having the extra organization and flares will be very useful, especially since we're going to be needing as much as humanly possible some weapons soon. How are we doing on logistics? 912, but again, we're making it as fast as possible. How are we doing on supplies? Oh, we're doing just fucking dandy. We suddenly can transport fuckloads more stuff. Right. I think we can... Oh, and you're almost resupplied as well. That's perfect. You're a little noobish, though. It's fine. Pulse code modulation. That's fantastic. So we can now finally go back to doing the research rate and reinforce rate. Plus we get to do the encryptions. Or should I go to here and get this instead? Provides us efficiency. Or should I go to here and do something simpler? You know what? I might just do that. Right. Once these particular dudes are all chill, we can then begin the concept of maybe pushing up and... I don't know. I don't think we can attack, but I think we can certainly give them a bloody nose. Okay, so far so... Unfortunately, as said, we've had a bit of fighting, and now we've had to stop due to the whole not being able to attack thing. But once we get back into the thing... Oh, also, they are... Oh, no, they're not breaking through, but a lot of dudes are very, very badly injured. Also, we've got Western Brotherhood, and... We've got Victorian, we've got Brotherhood of Steel, and... We've got what looks to be... yeah, we've got Brotherhood of Steel... We've got a whole bunch of dudes, and they're all out of supply. But more importantly, they're on the wrong side. Though it would appear to be that they've somehow, probably through friendly territories, utilized the naval... well, somehow. I don't know how, but... I don't know how they did it. Because unless this literally... No, it's impossible. I have no idea how they got their troops there. Maybe whilst they were fighting. Doesn't matter. They're busy over there. That's really weird. Anyway, more importantly, that's finally been done. I really wish I could get to 100. But 213 days. Oh, that's too long. I want it to be 110. We need combat experience as soon as possible. I could launch an attack, but that's just wasting resources. You know what? Well, right, well, for the moment, don't worry too much about that. Actually, what we can do is this. Improve my options in terms of combat. There we go.
I bet you're up to something.
Yep, I am, and I'm very much not ashamed of it. Right, so you're fluctuating between 73 and 101. That's fine. The thing is, these dudes are all ready to go, and, you know, we need to break through their front lines somehow. But we need a fuckload more robots. Alright, we're there. Also, let's pause. And once again, make a save. This time I'm going to use this, I can't remember which one I used to save it, but I'm thinking this one's a good idea. Save. Oh, this is terrifying, but also at the same time amazing because it's working.
Enjoy your time.
Right. You're 85%, 86%, 93, 86, 86, 87.
I bet you're up to something.
Alright. We're slowly increasing our thing, but that's fine. Our armies are a little understrengthed. Like, some by 15%, which I'm not exactly keen on. I'll be frank. But so far, so good. Right. We're probably going to cut off there. We're probably going to end up chugging a lot of supply as well. Heaven's Gate. Who are they at war with? Well, they're fucked. To put it simply, they're fucked. Right. Okay. So you, I'm going to try once again. Oh yeah. They're all just defensive though. That's the problem. We can't fuck them royally because I don't have bombers. At least we got the buildings set up at least. It's just that one, isn't it? That one's fine, but that one is for some reason not. Wait, so is the 14... Oh, Jose. Right, so that's them done. So now we get to do that. So really, that one is fine. That one's 90. That one's 250. Bottleneck. Infrastructure in Nipton. Okay. Can do this. Lack of previous infrastructure. Right, so what was the causing problem? Yes, the bottleneck is currently being... area modifiers. Thanks. So our logistics is actually doing not so great because of Nipton. So by upgrading Nipton to the highest level, we in theory can increase our supplies to this area. Yay! Chunk. I like their optimism when they say chunk. Right, well that's slowly getting better, but obviously could be better. Well, we can try. We can try.
Enjoy your time in Vegas.
How are we doing on the supply thing? Ooh, we can kind of afford to do this now. Now the question is, can we do it? Can we attack? You push. Right, they're defensive and they're commanded by a pretty dope general. However, my general is much better. His level is much lower, and my shit is better than yours. Stacking penalty. Coordinating too many divisions is difficult. We're fighting and doing well. We have a decryption advantage, but the air supremacy thing is also... I put you at the bottom. Why is that at the bottom? Because there's fuckloads of it. Yeah, screw it.
I'm hoping this is one of your good days.
Oh boy. Terrain breakthrough. They have a massive defensive position as well.
Engaging.
Damn it. We need to do like a serious, like massive middle finger assault over here, but somehow is able to launch a massive attack.
Enjoy your time on the Vegas Strip.
That, or we have to somehow find a way of navally invading. Not mistaken, this is a port as well. We could navally invade Glenvale, couldn't we? Maybe.
Always a pleasure.
But then again, we'd still have to fight on two fronts. But then we wouldn't be so much of a two-front problem. Because if we could nuke them, a lot of their divisions go bye-bye. Because these guys have got 24 to 30 divisions, which would instantly kill them. It also would result in us neutralizing a major in the fight. Boneyard State would be a problem, because they are considered a major. But that's not as much a problem as what other stuff. Right, you guys can withdraw. I have an idea. It's not a great idea, but it's an idea. Also, pausing. We'll do it on this one. Good. Right, okay. Nipton, once we get that sector supply upgraded and all that jazz. Okay, so going for Glensville, we need reconnaissance, obviously, but we're going down the production experience at least. And then hopefully we can then upgrade other stuff to do whatever. So at the moment we're just trying to keep this... Ooh, flare guns, nice. So at the moment we're just trying to keep shit like rolling at a decent pace. Obviously there's certain things that work better and all that jazz, but still. Yeah, electronic blueprints. We need simplification! We just need to do something. Something that will work. Also, question. Do I have naval boats? I don't think I researched them, did I? Oh no, I did! And better still, I can even do that now. I might just do that, just because I want to. Cement and concrete, in 6 days, once you're done, I am going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to launch a naval invasion. Yay! Also, yes please! Right, what do we want? More robots. When do we want them? Please now. Right. Shit. I think we need to focus on building up some other, like, base buildings and whatnot. Okay, now that our supply depots are good, I'm going to start prioritizing all the factories that I needed to build up. Because I think we need them badly. We've got a shitload of resources, which is great. We just need Navy. We just need, we need Navy, but what we need right now is very, very important factories. Military factories. Shitloads of them. I mean, we're going to be getting more as we go down here, but more would be nice. It's better still if we can increase all of this as well. This will be very useful. And again, making this as cheap as possible so we can have a massive upgrade to our lines. How are we doing on logistics? Oh, God. More. Where did the shitload more that we need come from? Oh, boy. I guess. It's only 1.7. I need to make a new line. We need to double it somehow, but there's nothing to double with. That's the problem. We can't really afford to stop production on other things, so it's a lot at the moment. It's a lot of just waiting, and it sucks, and I don't like it. But here we are. What we will do though is we will make our way towards this location and prepare for a naval invasion.
I bet you're up to something.
Actually, that's a point. We could also use this to act as a safeguard. I had a feeling they would be there. Also, I just thought, which would actually be pretty damn useful, on engineering, radio detection. If I could do that, 142 days, gives us a chance to see into the enemy's territory. And I'm a retard because I never thought of that up to this point. It's okay. I have these moments afterwards when I realise I'm an absolute retard and I'm just staring myself in the mirror going, why? Why, Mr. Jaeger? Why do you have to be so retarded? Anyway, what I will do is I will cut down production of this and I will increase production of this so we have a little bit more robots. There we go. And then I will increase the amount of... I might increase our fighter production a tad, just to try and mitigate some of the stuff. Can one of our fighters please work? Right, you. I am going to get you to start researching that. We can't see into there, but if we can get the radar detection, then maybe. Okay, so how much time do we have left in terms of recording? We are getting close to the hour mark, and we are very close to the 2181. So again, I will test with ring-a-ding-bang. Yes? It works. Oh, bless the Emperor, it works. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking very good. This might be an answer. I don't know if it's going to be a 100% perfect answer. Also, what in the fuck are you doing? Jesus Christ. Imagine flying that like that in real life. In fact, people did. What happened afterwards? They crashed. Okay, so hopefully the production levels here will increase. The Securitron expanded lines of development will also help a fuck ton. I'm not going to lie. Also, this will definitely help when it comes to doing the initial invasion. Looks like my ally AI friend is also getting the idea, which is hilarious. To be honest with you, the expeditionary forces may prove to be useful, mainly just as a sort of a combined arms, yeah. Mainly as a option in terms of just holding the line. Though a lot of these dudes are just infantry with, well, mostly PMGs, which is not exactly bad, but they do kind of suck a little bit. But at least my infantry divisions have extra damage now, which is dope. And that won't be available for a certain time. That won't be available for a certain time. That is almost available, but there's no reason for me to nab it, which is perfect. You're fine for the time being. I don't need you. I will get... Oh, I'd say this one's more important, just because we can improve our reinforce rate, making it easier for it to command larger divisions. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll increase Zeppelin's production. There we go. And one more bomber plane. Fine, no bomber planes for you. Yay! Right, one more, and then we should be able to start really simplifying our production now. So yeah, we've got, with the added bonus of this being an extra 5%, we will have 5%, 5%, so 5, 10, so 5, 10, 12.5, then we'll add another to 15%, then this one an extra 30%, so make it 30% in total. And not to mention, when we finally get to 100 points on that, we go down the land doctrine, and then another efficiency bonus gain base for them. Like, this one's more to do with our overall production facility, but we could argue this also applies just for robots as well. So all in all, we are looking at an extremely competently, beautifully designed... I'm also going to do you as well. So we're looking at an extremely beautiful and very gloriously amazing warfare style thing. Very, very descriptive there, Mr. Jaeger. We are looking at a very much beautifully designed, stupidly efficiently made robot with very little required to make it. So it's lovely. It means we can make fuckloads more for half the price. And I like this as a thing. My only wish is I wish I could build more of them. In fact, arguably, what I should do that, set up a new line, Securitrons, make them up to the top, and try and do the same thing. There we go, that'll kind of do. And then once we get more factories, we can start getting more and more going. So this one's going to be a little bit longer to do, but that's fine. We're making more factories, so that's okay. I think it's time we needed to start training up more divisions, even though I have half the bloody equipment set up for him. But we need more troops right now. I think we need more troops as an initial. I think I'll only set up 3 divisions so far. But there we go. Okay, so that's currently what we're doing at the moment. It's gonna be a bitch, but I hope to and I pray to the gods with old and new. Okay, you know what? I might just cancel the production of the cargo zeppelins because they're no longer required. Also, get rid of them. Disband them. Does that mean we get more factories? Yes, we do. So that means now 5 more factories will be initiated to assure the efficiency of these things. So it's not doing too bad. We'll get more factories lined up. The more factories we make, the better stuff. But still, once we get the expanded deployment, it'll make our production cost a lot cheaper. I kept saying we make them faster. I'm like, no, we're not making them faster, finger quote, but we're making them cheaper. So in theory, faster. We just need to be able to make them as fast as possible with the multiple lines that we're going to be carrying, which, Emperor willing, we should be able to do. But it's just going to take some time, which is the issue. Right, where's the... Oh, you're at the port, aren't you? Yes. Naval invasion. You. Naval towards... I'd argue Glen, but they're going to have troops on Glen to try and defend it. They don't have that much infantry stuff. So there we go. And we got the most efficient things going for it, so that kind of works as well. Right, there we go. So once we make some more factories, we can start producing the same amount, which is very lovely. There we go. So hopefully by having this expanded deployment, we should be able to upgrade. Then we'll be able to do this, and then we'll be able to do this, which is perfect. Boomer agreement. Oh, spawn bombers. Oh. Right, that's perfect. I now need to get zap signs, aren't we? Yes. Actually, question: we've been pretty much spending the entire time on this side. What do we need to do here? Nothing is special because we've done that, which makes my life so much easier. And then we get this, or we get this. Technically, we don't really need either of these now. Shady's Pan's Republic does not exist. Manifest Dynasty. We call all states in America. Wow, that's hilarious. Anyway, let's wrap this episode up by grabbing that, giving us the extra zappy signs, and yeah. Oh, fuck it, 5. It's making it more expensive, lol. We're getting more population, lol. Anyway, so that is going to be it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we will make the ultimate test. One more save. Oh, it worked, and it's not crashing. Anyway, so yes, we're probably going to have to end up going from this episode because obviously a few things were different in the previous episode. For example, at the end of the last episode, they were making a really good headway with a naval invasion here, which allowed me to be able to navally push up with the Securitrons and begin the offensive towards the Boneyards. Sadly, we weren't able to achieve that in this episode because the invasion got defeated, which is a shame. However, I was still planning on going towards Glenville. Admittedly, we were, at this point, we were already down the land doctrine here, but we have also upgraded a fuckload more in the economic side of things, which for me, I'd say is alright. I'd argue is probably the best option out of the two. Mainly because then, that way, we can make better progression in terms of building more troops, building more stuff. Eventually, I'm sure I'll be able to crack the nut of this and be able to start mass-producing stuff. But for the time being, we're just going to have to roll with this. I'm not going to wait for too much longer before we try a naval invasion. Because the thing is, we just need to grab Glensville, and then we can then spam the living shit out of all of the other... sweet. Electronic as well. That means we've got... That's perfect. Should I try this? That's just going to make my life easier, isn't it? He says, question, how close are you? Not close enough. Oh, motherfuckers. I really wanted to get that. Oh, shit. Oh, we can get that, actually. That'd be pretty dope. Anyway, so, yeah. We'll end this episode now. Hopefully, we should be able to start cracking the nut soon. And then, as soon as we land on the area, we'll be able to sort of safely invade. And hopefully, if we're quick enough, neutralize the Lost Hills. Obviously, the Brotherhood of Steel does have a large portion of armies and other stuff in this vicinity as well. However... Oh, I thought... Never mind. But yeah, hopefully, by knocking out their core territory, we may force our another major from the big Brotherhood of Steel... Oh, no, it's factories. We may be able to force them to win the day... We may force them to surrender their forces, and then all that will be left, which admittedly these guys are very low on their troops as well, we should be able to win and potentially outflank these dudes. We still will need to worry about the Boneyard brothers. That's going to be apparent. But if we push this way, potentially we may not have to worry about that. It won't be easy, of course. These bastards will not let us take this particular war and win it on that regard. But if we can just nab this territory as well, that'll take out another big faction, the She chapter, which will make life so much easier. And then eventually we can finish off the big one, and then we can finish off the big faction, and then finally turn towards the Boneyards to finish up with this war. And that would, in a sense, be that for the initial big war, and then we could basically secure all the territory, claim all the territory that I want, which pretty much is mainly up to here. Like, I'll probably take the territories up to here. I'm not so fussed about the Navarro territories and whatever, unless I'm desperate to push to the north, which I'm not. But anyway, that'll be pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. This might mean East Coast Glory may return. No guarantees, but if this works, we may see it coming back. Have a good one, guys.